Good evening, my dear friends. Welcome to a world where darkness is not just a shadow but a companion, a whispering guide leading us through the labyrinth of the human mind. Within this labyrinth there exist three intertwining threads of malevolence: narcissism, Machiavellianism, and psychopathy. When these threads weave together, they form a fabric so dark, so exquisite in its malice, that it enshrouds the world in chaos. We call this the Dark Triad. Tonight I invite you to join me in examining 13 signs, subtle yet unmistakable, that reveal when someone's soul has been consumed by this darkness. But take heed, for the order of revelation is as unpredictable as the minds we explore. The vengeful spirit. Ah, revenge, a dish best served with a side of cunning. When slighted, these individuals are incapable of forgiveness. Instead, they concoct plans of retribution that would make even the devil blush. Their charm, so disarming at first, is merely a veil for the poison they're ready to pour into the cup of anyone who crosses them. The puppet master. To them, manipulation is not a tool, but an art form. With the precision of a surgeon, they cut away at your will, leaving you a puppet on their strings. Psychological entitlement drives them, an unshakable belief in their own superiority. They seek to control, to dominate, to reduce others to mere pawns in their elaborate game. The bully in disguise. Imagine the thrill they must feel as they crush the spirits of those around them, their cruelty masked by a veneer of concern or humour. They sow discord, bullying and belittling in ways that are both subtle and overt. It's not just about power, it's about the sheer pleasure they derive from watching others writhe under their heel. Moral disengagement. You see, my friends, the Dark Triad feels no burden of conscience. They step away from morality as one might from an unpleasant smell. When they lie, cheat and steal, they do so with a clear mind, for they have convinced themselves that the rules of decency are for others, not for them. Guilt, you see, is a foreign concept to such minds. The perpetual competitor. To them, life is not a cooperative endeavour. It is a battleground. They compete in all things, turning even the most innocent interactions into contests of dominance. In relationships, this manifests as a relentless need to belittle, to undermine, to keep score. They are forever striving, never satisfied, always ready to trample over others in their quest for supremacy. The relentless self-promoter. In the twisted corridors of their mind, they are the centre of the universe. Their brilliance as they see it must be broadcast to all, while others are relegated to the shadows. Pay close attention, for these individuals will speak highly of themselves but have nothing kind to say about anyone else. It is a grotesque inversion of humility, one that serves only to mask the rot within. Hoards knowledge. Knowledge, they believe, is best kept locked away. When asked to share, they offer misinformation, half-truths, or nothing at all. This is not ignorance, it is strategy. They hoard what they know, doling out scraps only when it serves their twisted agenda, always ensuring they maintain the upper hand. Enticing colleagues into sinister acts. They are masters of temptation, luring unsuspecting souls into webs of wild behaviour and forbidden relationships. Their allure is undeniable, a dark magnetism that pulls others into their orbit. But beware, for once ensnared, their prey finds themselves entangled in a web of deceit and manipulation, from which there is no easy escape. Wrath against criticism. Criticism is the crack that threatens to shatter their fragile ego, and so they meet it with aggression, with wrath that burns as cold as it is fierce. To challenge them is to invite their scorn, their retribution. In their eyes, they can do no wrong, and anyone who suggests otherwise must be punished. Defiance of authority. Authority, rules. To the Dark Triad, these are mere suggestions, easily ignored. They flout laws and challenge authority with a brazenness that would be admirable if it weren't so dangerous. They believe themselves untouchable, often using their cunning to outsmart those who seek to hold them accountable. Quick, reckless decisions. Impulse is their master. They act swiftly, without pause for reflection or concern for consequences. Whether it's spending money they don't have, indulging in reckless behavior, or exacting vengeance on a whim, their actions are driven by the here and now. They live in the moment, unburdened by the weight of what might come. The scapegoater. When their ego is at stake, they waste no time in casting others as the villain. They turn colleagues into scapegoats, deflecting blame and ensuring that any negative attention is diverted away from themselves. Those who do not serve their needs are cast out, vilified, and left to fend for themselves in a world that suddenly seems very cold. And finally, we arrive at their ultimate weapon: manipulation. Like a dark shadow, it follows them wherever they go. They believe, like Machiavelli, that the end always justifies the means. Ethics, morals, the well-being of others, these are irrelevant. What matters is the goal, and they will achieve it by any means necessary, stepping over bodies if need be to get there. So there you have it. 13 signs that someone's soul has been consumed by the darkness of the triad. Perhaps you recognize these traits in someone you know, or perhaps in yourself? If so, leave us a comment below. Either way, my dear friends, remember to subscribe to Factors and turn on notifications. The dark paths of the human psyche are endless, and there is much more to explore. Until next time, sweet dreams.